Hi mathematicians! In this first example, it is important to remember exactly what it means when you're subtracting, because here we've got that subtraction symbol, which means that you're taking away. Remember, old school, elementary school, that subtraction symbol means take away. And then right next to it, you have a negative. So if you think about what you're doing here, you are taking away a negative number. And then remember from our last review video, if you think about it, when you're taking away a negative, so if you're taking away negativity, what are you really doing? You're adding positivity. So that means I'm going to rewrite this problem so that instead of 46 minus negative 32, it's going to be 46, and that minus a minus is going to turn into plus 32. So you're really just adding those two numbers together. So your final sum, or two positive numbers together, I should say. So your final sum for this one is going to be 78. In the next one, you are combining two numbers that are different signs. So sometimes it's helpful to think of it in terms of a model. Back when you guys were in middle school, you probably saw something like this, where you had positive chips, and then you had negative chips, and you were taught that when a positive and a negative get together, they cancel each other out. A good way to think about that is if you owe somebody $1, so that would be -1, right? But then somebody gives you $1, so that would be +1. If you do the right thing, you should take that dollar and pay that person back, right? So that ends up just canceling each other out. So let's look at it with the two numbers we have at hand. So if I had 6 positives and I were combining it with 15 negatives, those 6 positives would cancel out 6 of those negatives. Those would cancel each other out, and I would be left with 9 negatives left over. So positive 6 plus negative 15 is a final sum of -9. And remember, the rules for multiplying and dividing are the same, although I just wrote division symbols here since we are dealing with division there in the problem. So we know we need to do 45 divided by 5, which is going to give us 9. And then we have a negative divided by a negative. So that's going to be this option right here. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So our final quotient is a +9.